Hey, what's up my fellow collectors? Today I'm taking a look at the Neca Superman vs. Muhammad Ali 2-pack figure set. Very cool figure set. It comes with a really nice box. You get the Superman figure, you get the Muhammad Ali figure. Of course, like Neca always does a really great job. It's based on the old comic book. But the box that it comes in is really nice. You get this really big open window and the figures are, displayed in there. You get this nice, graphic on the bottom that says Superman vs. Muhammad Ali. On the top you get Superman vs. Muhammad Ali. On the bottom you get the barcode and Neca stuff and the people responsible for. On the one side you get a really nice picture of the figure, Superman. And it says like in the red corner, wearing cape and blue tights from the planet Krypton, Kal-El fighting as Superman. And on the back you get some really nice like this kind of comic book art of the figures fighting, and you get Superman, really nice. And then on the other side you get a picture of the Muhammad Ali figure. It says in the blue corner, wearing white trunks, from Louisville, Kentucky, a true genius of the ring and champion of the people, Muhammad Ali. So very nice. And the box actually, the back of this comes out and you get this kind of really nice kind of backdrop that kind of has this like outer space with like the ropes of the rings and all. Very cool. But let's take a closer look at the figures and the accessories. Okay, so taking a closer look at the figures that do come in the pack, very nice. I love the way how Neca captures that comic book look of it. Now as far as accessories, you do get 2 interchangeable hands. You get these 2 hands that are kind of like flying pose hands. And then you get 2 fist hands. And I believe these are both for Superman. So that way Superman can have fisted hands, flight pose hands, or the gloves. But I don't know why you would, use either one of those really. But taking a look at the figures. They are both, Superman's a tiny bit under 6.5 inches, and Muhammad Ali is, they're pretty much the same height, just a little bit under 6.5 inches. But let's take a closer look at Superman first, and you get a really nice sculpt and everything with this. Very nice. I love the blue, and I love the that kind of like taking a look at the face sculpt. Now this is a new head sculpt, because I believe this body is the same body that we got with the Christopher Reeves Superman Neca figure, that Toys R Us exclusive. Blah. But you get a nice little face sculpt. The eyes look a little funny. I mean, it kind of looks like they're closed, but you get this really nice kind of comic book art style all on the face, these little black lines, and you even get like some blue shading in the hair. But you get the little Superman S, very cool. Very nice. I like how you get like all that kind of like that black line work, and it's even like all filled in there at the bottom. Very nice. You get those lines again on the neck. Coming down to the suit, it's kind of like a rubber material. It's a little bit on the soft side. But the Superman symbol looks really good. And again, you get all this like, shading and detail on the figure. The belt looks really good. The trunks, coming down to the legs again, really nice blue. Again, with all of that, black lining detail work. Then down to the boots. Again, they look really nice, really nicely sculpted, nice red color. Coming up the back of the figure, it's the same. Continues on, the trunks and everything, the back of the suit. Really nice cloth cape on Superman with the yellow symbol. Nice. It's nice for a cloth cape, And as far as the boxing gloves, the boxing gloves are pretty cool. They're just plain white right here with the black. You get a little bit of blue highlights on both sides of the gloves. And as far as articulation for Superman, it's not bad. You get decent movement. You get a little bit of up. Actually, not too much up. Get a little bit of down. Of course, you get full rotation. You do get a little bit of side to side. So I mean the head's got good range all the way around. The arms, now these NECA figures are very, very scary to mess with. But the arms come out about that much. And of course that will swivel around. There is just a single bend at the elbows, which only comes up about 90 degrees. The hands do swivel. And I mean, I guess, I'm sure there is a hinge in the hands, but the boxing gloves are just kind of like on there. So you're pretty much just going to get swivel out of that. Now there is a cut right here at the waist, so you do get, you know, side to side. But it's also kind of like a ball, so you can kind of move that whichever way you want to. So you get decent range. There really isn't much of a crunch. You can kind of crunch it in there, but not as much. The legs do go out really, really nice. They go forward about that much. Even go back a nice little bit. You do have a thigh rotation. You get a single bend at the knee, which brings it about that much. And that does rotate. You know, I don't know if I mentioned the arm does rotate too. So you get, you know, the hinge and a rotate or a swivel. And as far as the feet, you do have a hinge, but man, I'm scared to pull on that a lot. I'm afraid it's going to snap off of there. Actually, that's not a hinge. Okay, so it's basically just like a peg that goes down. So you get a little bit of front and back. You don't really get any ankle pivot, but it does rotate around itself. I mean, they stand okay on their own. I would say the one issue I have is I don't know, like the knees down. Like when you try to line it up, it just kind of bows out for some reason. So it just kind of makes it like no matter which way you rotate that to kind of give him a straight up and down, his legs do look a little bit on the funny side. Now taking a look at the people's champ, good old Muhammad Ali. Again, you get some nice sculpt and paint work with him. Looking at the head sculpt, I mean, it's not bad. You know, it definitely kind of looks like him. Like again, just like the Superman figure, you kind of get that comic book style. So all the shading and, you know, line work is all throughout this figure as well. And you do get that kind of like blue highlighting done in the hair. But the hair's done, you know, pretty nice. You got some nice sculpted detail in the hair. Again, with the body, you get, you know, muscle definition and all the lines. His trunks look really cool. You can even like read the Everlast tag on there, and you got nice sculpting all the way throughout the trunks. You get this kind of blue highlighted area. Coming down the legs, again, you get the nice muscle definition along with that black line work, and then his boots, which are like really nice actually. Really nice. I love the sculpt and the paint in the boots. You get those kind of shoelaces. Really, really nice. And then taking a look at the back of the figure, it's basically the same thing. And his gloves are just like Superman's. You know, they're basically just the white with the blue. And as far as Muhammad Ali's articulation, it's pretty much just like Superman's. The head is on a ball, but you get up about, he doesn't really look up, only about that much. Looks down a little bit. You do get full rotation, and you do get a little bit of pivot. You know, you get good movement in the head. The arm's the same thing. It's on a hinge and swivel. You can bring it out about that much. That swivels all the way around. Of course, you get the single bend about 90 degrees. And then you get the swivel out of that, and of course the gloves rotate. He has this kind of like lower diaphragm cut, so you get movement out of that. You get rotation, you get a little bit of pivot side to side, you get back, you get a nice crunch. So nice movement with that. I believe that's where all the movement is going to come from, because I don't think there is a cut in the waist unless mine's just really, really stuck. As far as his legs, it is hindered because of the boxing trunks. So I mean, you just get a tiny little bit of movement with that, but you do get the single bend at the knee, which doesn't really give you great range. And of course, that does, you know, swivel. And then his boots, same thing, it's on a ball, but you really get no movement with his, unfortunately. You get a tiny little bit of up and down. Of course, you get the full swivel, and then he does have a toe hinge. So very, very nice figures overall. Definitely if you're a mint on box collector, because when the figures are in the packaging, it looks great. It looks really, really good. Now, as far as some comparisons, I do have the Neca Superman figure, that the Toys R Us exclusive. Now, when I first saw this figure, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the same exact figure as far as the suit goes, and mine's broken, so excuse that. His leg is broken, which is annoying. But it's pretty much the same exact suit. Of course, you just have the different head sculpt, and of course they went in and did that, you know, nice comic book line art on it. But it's pretty much the same figure. I'm pretty sure it is. It looks pretty much like the same figure. But that gives you a comparison between those two. Look at this stinking leg. I have like 3 of those, and 2 of them are broken. It's ridiculous. And as far as some comparisons with some other figures, this is what they look like with your standard kind of Black Series 6-inch scale. Here they are with a Marvel Legends, even though I kind of have him posed. Let me stand him up. So, I mean, you see that the NECA kind of has that, you know, 7-inch scale line, even though these guys are about that 6.5-inch. So they're a little bit smaller than the norm. Come on, Black Panther. I had him in that crazy pose, so now he's not going to stand for me. What else do I got laying here? I got the Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man, so that's a little bit another size comparison for you. And then with a Marvel Legends Deadpool, we'll put him in the back. And I'm bowling again with my figures. Great. But anyways, guys, that is a little bit of a size comparison for you guys. But overall, really nice set. The box is really, really nice that it comes in, so you can keep them in the box. Take them out of the box, you get that slip cover in the back, so that gives you a little bit of, you know, options of taking pictures with the figures and everything. Highly recommended. That's the NECA Superman vs. Muhammad Ali, based on the comic book 2-pack figure set. I believe it's around 40 bucks, so you're paying $20 a figure, so not bad. I found mine at Toys R Us. But that's the figure reviews, guys, and I will see you guys on the next figure review. Take care.